Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in MudRunner with some new mods, including the F350 King Ranch that you guys saw recently, and we're going to be doing a bit of a hauling mission, so it's a little bit different than what we used this truck for previously. We used it for lumber hauling, so now we're going to go ahead, and the first thing we're going to put on it is the gooseneck trailer, and then from here we'll probably... I don't know if I want the light bar or not. I may just go ahead and put the light bar on it just kind of because... And then we're gonna go ahead and move it away from the garage, so we don't have to deal with, you know, things coming on and, like, you know, the menu trying to freak out and stuff like that. But now we're gonna switch into the, well, there's two different JKs here. There's a green JK, and keep in mind these are like fully built wheeling rigs. Now let me go back into the Ford real quick and shut it off because it's just gonna sit there and idle. And I feel like I would rather see what the Jeeps sound like and see what they've done with the sound rather than listen to them while the truck is sitting there idling. So we actually have a lot of upgrades for these Jeeps. I'm gonna go back, I think, to the green Jeep, and we're gonna go ahead and see what. Let's see. So we've got like camping equipment and gear. We've got fuel and repair points. We've got it's gone wrong tools. Let's see, refreshments. Let's see. Oh, spare Trapdoor black, spare Trapdoor red. So basically different color bead lock rings. Then we've got a tow hitch. Then we also have an Airstream trailer and a small utility trailer. So this Jeep is going to be fully outfitted, whereas the other one is going to be what we're going to follow. Well, no, actually, the other one is going to be what is going to be towed on the back of the trailer, so being towed by the F350. Now, let's basically put everything on it. We'll put everything on it except for the trailer, so it's ready to go. Like, it is in full expedition mode. It's ready to go. So now all we have to do is get in the F350, and now let's run at the F350. Let's go ahead and start it up because we're going to need to. We're going to need to start it up, and we'll go ahead and get the ramps down. And I feel like that Jeep should fit up here no problem, especially because of the fact that we've got it in such a, like, we've got the trailer oriented so that it's in a really, really easy spot for the Jeep to drive onto it. Now, if it was in, trying to avoid hitting the other Jeep. By the way, I really like the fact that someone actually went and made properly built JKs. Not a lot of people make properly built JKs for MudRunner. It's usually a lot of, like, you know, YJs are very popular, CJs are very popular, but the JK platform doesn't seem like, oh no, oh god, holy crap, oh no, we found an issue with the gooseneck. We found an issue with the gooseneck. Oh, geez. All right. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Well, it's clear that we are not going anywhere on that trailer. So instead, we are going to use this green Jeep. And actually, we're going to probably switch out that trailer for the Airstream. Oh, position. Really? It's still not going to be positioned properly. Let's see. That might work. I say might. Yeah, that works. Cool. All right, so we're going to set off in the green JK because the black JK and the gooseneck behind the F350 didn't seem to want to cooperate or, like, work well together. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to let them be, and we're going to test this guy out anyway because I've been wanting to test this thing out for a while now, like ever since I saw it. Like, when I say for a while, I mean it came out yesterday, and I know that I didn't post any videos yesterday, and I want to go ahead and tell you guys that I just actually, and it's kind of actually weird to say because I haven't done this in a long time, but I kind of needed to take a day off, you know what I mean? I kind of needed to take a day off and just go somewhere and not bring any cameras, not bring any cameras, not bring any, you know, anything, I guess, YouTube related with me. And sometimes I feel like we need that, you know, we as YouTubers need that time. And it's been a while since I've done anything like that. So don't worry, like today you guys are seeing this video, and there will be 2 more videos later today. One on Off-Road Outlaws and one on something else that I'm going to leave as a surprise for you guys. But I will say right off the bat, driving this JK is pretty dang good. It's really good, in fact. The whole idea behind driving this thing, at least for me, is, I mean, we're keeping it in automatic mode, but the whole thing with this Jeep is the fact that it's just like we're keeping it in automatic mode, and we've got that camping trailer behind it, and it is just absolutely rolling. It rolls through everything, like mud, water, difficult, like, you know, difficult terrain. Like when it finds like fallen trees and stuff like that, it doesn't fall to pieces like a lot of other vehicles do in automatic mode, and it does a way better job than I personally thought it was going to. It does a way better job than I thought it was going to, and I really think it's a high-quality mod and a high-quality vehicle. Now, the reason why I took it here to the bog was because the bog has a very, very, very difficult swamp area that I wanted to see if this thing could make it through. And I think that, you know, a lot of people, when they think of lifted, built Jeeps, they think of rock crawling, they think of trail riding. And this is trail riding. There's no real rock crawling on this map because we are on the bog. But what I think a lot of people forget is what happens when the trail gets muddy. And what happens when the trail gets muddy is what we're about to find out, because this map, you know, we've got some mud right here that we're going through, and it's handling it pretty well and just keeping itself in first gear. I'm actually going to put it in low 3. Let's put it in low 2. It was actually doing better in automatic, surprisingly enough. But we're going to keep it in low 2 through the river, and then we're going to head for the swamp. Now, the swamp is going to be a challenge. The swamp is going to be something that I normally don't put vehicles through, because I know that they're either not gonna make it through the swamp, or they're gonna just get stuck and get damaged, and they're just gonna end up sitting there. Because I remember back when I did my original MudRunner playthrough, there were so many vehicles that just could not make it through there. The 8x8s even had a hard time. And I mean, dude, forget the normal 6x6s. The 6x6s couldn't barely do anything. So there's a weird kind of in between where, oh, let me put it in high and see how it'll do. Right now, it's just kind of throwing some mud around. Wow, I'm actually surprised it doesn't just sink. I mean, it throws a little bit more mud up, but like at the end of the day, if it goes, don't argue with it. Yeah, high is about the equivalent of third. Okay, so which is not bad. It's not a bad gear to be. Oh, dude, really? We're taking the path around the swamp. All right, so we are going to have to make a little bit of a cut through, but that's okay. I mean, this Jeep is more than capable of it, but we're gonna have to go ahead and make a cut through over to the other side of the road, and that goes ahead and puts us right out in the middle of the swamp. And oh yeah, we're in the swamp now, people. And anybody that knows this map, anybody that knows the map, the bog, it knows that this is thick, crazy deep mud. Oh, that tree stopped us dead in our tracks. Oh, we can't back up, we can't go forward, we can't do anything. Okay, well, that pretty much explained to me what this map was all about. Yeah, so this Jeep is gonna have a little bit tougher of a time here than I thought. And I think with a winch we can make it through, and we can probably make it through even somewhat quickly, or at least quickly in comparison to other vehicles. And oh, okay, so if we keep it like right at the top of low 1, it'll go. It was being held by that little sapling, but it'll go. God, it's a slow go though. It is a seriously slow go in this thing. I mean, you can't make it through here fast. There's very, very few vehicles that can make it through here fast. And I mean, dude, if you have a vehicle that can make it through this section of the bog fast, oh my God, you've got an insane, you know, piece of gear, because whatever machine that is a monster. Let's see if we bump it up to low 2. If we bump it up to low 2, the pace doesn't really change all that much. It actually looks like it starts to spin more, and kind of, to all extents and purposes, kind of slows down a little bit. So we'll keep that in mind and stay ahead. Oop. Oh, that's weird. The steering wheel. So the steering wheel does actually like properly turn, and it is a real JK steering wheel. That's interesting. It's actually the newer JK steering wheel. I like these. They're not even half doors. They're like quarter doors, if that's even a thing. I don't even know if quarter doors are a thing in Jeeps. I know half doors are a thing, but quarter doors, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing or not. So let's get... Well, actually, we made it through the swamp. We made it through pretty well. It's actually better than I had expected we would. I'm impressed. I have to say I'm impressed. And I have to say I'm genuinely impressed by that. And I will probably use this thing again. I mean, like, look at this. This is low 3 even. Very few vehicles can do this in low 3. And to be fair, the mud kind of, you know, subsides a little bit right here. But it made it through. And the thing is, very few vehicles can make it through there without frustrating the driver to the point of where they just want to, you know, either rescue to the garage or grab a new vehicle and go somewhere else. But man, I'm impressed with this little guy. This built JK is awesome. And I think the other thing too with going through that area is like there are like some of the standard trucks, like the standard in-game trucks, they actually legitimately won't make it through. I mean, even with the winch, like you'll drive them in. They'll get stuck. They won't be able to go forward. They won't be able to go back, and that's in any gear. And you'll try to winch to these little to the trees, and they're all like dead trees, so they'll all snap. That's the other thing that makes this section so hard, so difficult, is the fact that almost all of the winch points anyway are these dead trees, and they just snap when you try to winch to them. So that's one of the other big things that makes it a really iffy section to get through. So if we could just get a little bit further, because the mud does start to get a little crazy again right here. So come on, Jeep, come on. God, I know it's got this. It's right there, dude. It's right there to the edge. Oh. That's the edge. Yes. Yes. Dude. Hey, I mean, we're done. We made it through. We made it through the swamp, the bog, whatever you want to call it. We made it through. So all we got to do is get up to the hypothetical campsite, which is let me just make sure we're going the right direction on the map. Yeah, the log station is our hypothetical campsite, so that's where we're heading with this thing, because we want to basically, you know, pitch camp, set up camp with the trailer, and, you know, just kind of have a little bit of a... See, what we're doing right now is we are overlanding, yes, but no, oh, God, really? We're overlanding into a tree, apparently. But no, we're overlanding, and, like, no offense against overlanding people or anything. I just find that kind of, you know, voice is sometimes relevant to overlanding. And I think it's just kind of one of those things where you got to say it at least once. But anyways, we're getting there. And I applaud the performance of this thing. I really do. So let's see which way is going to be the best way to go. I'm going to say left. And let's see. Yeah, left is going to work. Left is going to work. I mean, this Jeep has taken everything that we've thrown at it and literally said, is that it? Like, is that all you got, bro? Like, come on. So I have no doubts about the fact that it can make it through the rest of this route. See, I put it in automatic, and I mean, over these rocks, it just shifts right up to 5th gear and stays there. We haven't seen 6th yet, and I wonder if 6th is like really, really, really fast, and it really only gets into 6th on pavement, which that could be the case. But 5th seems plenty fast for what we're doing right here, and we're just going like through this mud. The trailer's almost flipping over, but you know what? I mean, we're just gonna keep our foot in it because we're gonna get it there. And I mean, at this point, I have no doubts about the performance of this little Jeep. This is why I was gonna say, this is why we brought repair points. And that's the other thing too, is it's only got 420 available damage points, so it's one of those things where you do have to be conscious of what you do with it. You can't just like slam it into everything and, you know, hope for the best. Oh, says as I go through a very tight wooded section, but there is the lumber area, dude. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now we can just basically set up camp. So we're good to go. Although, I have a creative idea as far as the spot to put the trailer. that I think is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I think it's going to work. And if we could just make our way over to this lumber pile right, well, not even pile, just like stack of lumber right here. Perfect spot to pitch camp. Not really, but it'll work. So this thing has been an absolute blast to drive. Oh, what the heck? There. Stop engine. This thing has been an absolute blast to drive. It's been an absolute blast to use. I highly recommend checking it out if you want to. It is on the Steam Workshop, and I really, really enjoyed driving it. It's a shame I couldn't, you know, put the other one on the gooseneck, but I guess it is what it is. And if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.